All right, so we are moving right along, and now we are on Access AC27, and we're going to import an Excel spreadsheet so that data creates a table in Access. So the cool part about that is we don't have to type as much. So one table that we've already created is the account manager, so it has the information, the account managers in it. And now we need a table that holds the actual accounts. So we're going to go to external data, and we're going to go find that Excel spreadsheet that we downloaded with our start file because that has our data in it. So I click Excel and the import link, Excel, I browse and I go find the file that I downloaded, I click open. And in this case, we're going to import it into a new table. We're going to create a new table with this information. We could append to a table if we already had a table. It's going to go find those and it's going to add them to data that we already have, or I could link to it. And if I link to it, it just goes and calls and finds that data from it. But we're going to actually create a new table. We do want to use the first row as our headers. So we've got account number, account name, so we're identifying that as our row headers, or as our column headers. And then we've got account number selected here, showing us that you can see what data types these are. We're not going to make any changes or worry about any of that in here. You can click next. I can let Access add a primary key, and this would be an example where it would probably do sequential, just automatically update, add a number 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's going to do this, or I can choose my primary key. In this case, I want to choose the primary key because I want the account number to be the primary key. Remember, a primary key is a field that identifies that record. It's a unique identifier for that record. So no other company except for Avondale Community Bank can have this account number. You have primary keys like all over the place. Your K number is a primary key here at SPCC. Places who have your social security number sometimes use that as a primary key to uniquely identify you. You probably have account numbers at different places. If you have cable from Cox, they have an account number that is for you, specifically for you. So our primary key in this table is going to be the account number for our clients. So I'm going to click next. Import data to, we're going to call this, account. And I am on page AC30, step 7. So if you are following along in the book like you should, I don't need this. I don't want this to be analyzed. So I'm going to click finish. And this, our textbook is having us save these import steps. This would be a case where I want to continuously do this. This is something I'm going to do on a regular basis. I'm going to go find this and update our content with the spreadsheets, this account that's going to maybe append, or in this case, create a new table. So I'm going to say save import steps. We've got save as import account, which is correct. I'm going to type in here the description. So my description just says import data from account workbook into account table. So it's a decent description, just identifying what it's doing. Down here, you could actually create an Outlook task, which would automate this for you, which would give you a chance to automate this and run an import. So I'm going to click save. And you can see that I now have a table called account. I'm going to double click and open that table and see that I have data in here. And then I also want to show you over here this saved import in the top left. You can see that that import is saved. Let's say you mess up somehow on that, you get marked off wrong in SAM or something, and have to import again. you can delete this. So I could select it and delete it. I'm not going to do that right now. And you could also select and delete this table if you chose to. If something went awry or went wrong with your importing steps, you can delete this and then also delete the saved import and start over with importing this. But that shows you how to import data from an Excel spreadsheet into Access.